Okay, I'm going to give you a little walkthrough of this database I wrote here. So first off, we're going to log in. I want to note that this is actually connecting through a secure connection to a database server that requires certain encryption certificates on both sides, both the client and the server. So not only is all the data encrypted, but it's very difficult to break into. So that's a good thing for our security. So here's the main sort of home base screen. You can come in here and type in, let's say you want to look up Bryant Deer, like he calls on the phone. First you got to spell his name right, but you'll see, there you have it. So you just type in any part of his name or his phone number. Let's say it looks like 739-8800 is his, or 8880 is his number. You can search on that and we'll get the same thing. So you double click on that, and here is his record. So here's a list of the properties he owns. You see he owns 5 of them. So let's say we want to take a look at C34. So you double click that, and it'll bring up C34. 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, and so on and so forth. Also, if he has any tenants, they'll show up in here. For instance, in 225, we have him leasing this out to somebody with some test data. So, okay, so another thing we'll do is we can take a look at the events that we have. This is useful for if you send him an email, you can take a note of that. Or if he calls, for instance, we can put in add and say text message, Bryant asked about water pricing or something like that. Hit save, and then if you refresh it, you'll see that it's there. So you can keep notes of that. The useful part of this is being able to tell sort of an interaction history with each individual owner. Another feature we have is the ability to store documents for each person in the system and also each renter. So I'll show you here. We're going to import a file. I'm going to grab a file that I have laying around, such as some electrical schematics. So save that. Says it's stored completely or successfully. And if you double click it, a window pops up that actually shows the document. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can rotate, you can do whatever you want. Similarly, you can do the same thing with Word docs. So there's that. In fact, if you wanted to take this heat pump picture and email it to somebody, you can. You can put in here send it to my Gmail account. And this is why we actually need to keep the each individual user's email password stored in the system. So I'll show you more about that in a minute. Click send. It's going to say sent successfully. And now I've hopped over to my Gmail account. You can see Woodstream document delivery. This is the document I just sent. So that's that. We'll click cancel out of here. Now let's say a tenant walks in and they've started renting someplace. So you go, okay, we'll add you in. So you click add lease and you ask them what unit they're in, and they say, oh, I don't know, B14. So you click B14, and this is a new tenant, so we'll put in John Ritter. Whoops. Ritter. Preferred contact is home phone. So 303-515, whatever. And you can put in whatever else you want and click OK. Now we've got him as renter number 105. So he moved in today and the rent is $1,000. Click OK. And that's it. Now, of course, you could have added a lease document there, but you don't have to. So now, next time you want to bring him up, click Ritter. There he is in B14. So, in fact, if you double-click that lease, this will bring up that lease, and you can view the unit, which is just the actual property, or you can view owner. That's Juanita Rucker. So, there you have it. So, as you can see, this is all the kind of cool stuff we need. Another thing we have in here is, I'm going to bring this up real quick. Bryant Deer, we'll go to him because we have a lot of information on him. There's a tab for incidents, and that lets you see all of, since we know that he has 5 properties, Any incident that we have in the system that's been reported by the security crew, any unit names mentioned in any of those reports get logged here. Now, we don't have the ability yet to add those directly, but we will shortly. So anyway, that's really important. And two more features I want to show you really quick is how to bring up users. That's the first part. Right now is a list of all the users we have in the system. Right now it's only me, myself, but we can add other people in. So you click on their row in the user list, and here's me, and here's my email address. This is the email address that actually was used to send me that document a few minutes ago. And here's the password. Of course, the password is all encrypted and gibberish. So you click View Edit, and it pops up a little window, and that's how you can change the password. Now, this isn't going to change the actual password of the server. This is just making sure that this program has the right copy of the password, because it's going to log into email and send that. So this password has to match what you already have up at your server. And finally, I want to show you the reports page we have. This is where we don't have any reports defined yet, but this is where they'll be. We can define them dynamically, which means I just create a report and add it in the system, and it shows up here. So we'll have a bunch of different reports of, let's say we want to see everybody who's, I don't know, paid more than $10,000 for a unit or something like that. You can click that and run it, and you'll get the information out. So this is something we'll need to work on as time goes by, because we'll need to define what we need reports on. So anyway, that's the gist of it. So give me a holler with any questions, and we can get started.